If a business wants to make more profit, it needs to maximize revenue and minimize costs. Even the value that a non-profit organization creates is limited by its budget, the costs it incurs. Supply chain and operations costs come in many forms, incurred at all stages of the supply chain. Procurement costs, transportation, manufacturing, warehouse, distribution. But costs can also come under many other overlapping groups: quality, scrap, taxes, tariffs, compliance, returns, labour, risk, insurance, theft, damage, energy, and many others. Some costs are direct. They are associated with a particular item or a particular service performed. For example, material costs. Some costs are indirect. They are not associated with a particular product or service. For example, energy for heating and lighting the building, warehousing, or IT. Reducing costs has always been a popular catchphrase. It should be. But most costs serve a purpose and are necessary to buy the materials and the tools and to run the processes that create and deliver the value. We'd still prefer not to need to pay them, but we do need to. Waste is a different thing. Waste refers to unnecessary costs, costs that can be removed without reducing the performance of the system. Mistakes or overheating the office are examples that incur unnecessary costs and are therefore a type of waste. We could consider investing the effort into understanding and reducing these costs. The foundation of any action on costs is measuring them. It's easy to measure some different costs here and there, but getting an overall appreciation of total costs allows us to put other identified costs into context, and this is essential. Effective action on costs comes from perspective and prioritization. Collecting data on the total costs incurred in your area of responsibility gives you the opportunity for perspective when considering any particular idea. How relevant is it to the big picture? Then, we need to break down the total cost into categories, perhaps with the help of Pareto analysis. Identify the largest and the easiest to have an impact upon and give those your attention. Without this approach, the oh-so-common danger is that we give all our attention to reducing a certain high-profile cost that is only a tiny percentage of the total costs, whilst remaining ignorant of the much bigger and more fruitful opportunities. Managing costs is not all about reduction. The aim is profit, so revenue relative to costs. Often, actively choosing to increase costs can be a very good operations and supply chain decision. Perhaps we could choose to use more expensive premium delivery services for faster, more reliable transportation that customers will pay more for, increasing revenue. This would also perhaps give us the confidence to hold less inventory, reducing other types of costs. Alternatively, maybe choosing to increase costs by hiring quality inspectors or increasing training will reduce the costs and reputation damage of returns. So, what are the total and largest costs in your supply chain operations? And which ones can you have the biggest impact on reducing or increasing whilst maintaining or increasing output and revenue?